Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Everything Moto Racing podcast. This is episode, I have no idea because I didn't check before we start recording. There we go, 106. Thank you, Lauren.
Is
Much
it?
Appreciated.
Wait.
That's me.
Yeah, it is 106.
No, it is, yeah.
Well done. Yeah.
Nice.
Whoops.
One of us is keeping track.
Yeah, I know, I'm terrible. But I'm here with Lauren and Cameron once again. How you doing?
Hello.
Doing
Very
good.
well. How are you?
Good. Very glad. Yeah, very good. Looking forward to another weekend of MotoGP this weekend.
Yes, and my BT sub gets activated this week, so I've finally got BT Sport on,
you can watch on
my
TNT.
telly. Yeah,
Oh, you can watch everything.
Yeah, because for the
Wow.
last 2 years, I've had BT Sport included with my phone contract, so I've been sitting there watching it on my phone.
Oh my
and now
god.
I can finally watch it on the
wait.
telly.
Maybe
you
we
should have got a
shouldn't.
Chromecast.
We shouldn't say
No.
that though, because we got a bit of hate on Twitter for
I
apparently
was gonna
not
address that
watching
in a
the
minute.
races.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, what were you going to say, Cameron? Just said about Chromecast.
Yeah, no, the BT Sport app, as it was anyway, I guess it'd be TNT Sports now, it knows when you're trying to screencast or use try and display what's on your phone on the screen. It's you got to pay more for that. Whereas now
but
I've got
I use a Chromecast because I just use Chromecast on my normal TV, and you can literally just cast your phone to the TV using the in-app capabilities.
Yeah, no, it can tell. Trust me, I have tried the subscription I had with
If
my
you're
phone.
trying to show us, there's
BT Sport, it's on the
Oh.
box there of a Chromecast. There you go.
I am
so glad this is an audio-only podcast
telling
for
you.
everyone.
I had a box of it.
I'm
for anyone
telling you, I
listening.
tried everything to watch this on a bigger screen than my phone, and
Well, that's all a
I wasn't
TV
having
is.
Yeah, it's just a
bigger
bigger phone.
a big phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Thanks
to
for listening,
address
everyone.
The people on. Yeah,
We'll see you
well
next
done.
week.
Nice. But yeah, to address the people on Twitter, it's quite an interesting one. I saw a tweet that was mentioned the fact, because I mentioned last week on the pod that last weekend at Silverstone was the first time all season long I've actually been able to sit down and watch the races live. Saying basically that, I've not been able to watch them live, so I've maybe caught up with them later on the train or something like that. Apparently for MotoGP's Twitter elitists, that's not good enough, and I have to devote all my time and my spare time to watching MotoGP live, probably every session as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if we're not watching it exactly at the time it happens, then we're not qualified to have a podcast about it, of course.
You mean to tell me you're not taking Fridays off work just to watch MotoGP?
I did do that last year, to be fair, and the year before probably.
I have taken Sundays off work to
Yeah.
fully watch MotoGP.
Oh yeah, but interesting one. And then Bad MotoGP Memes podcast also got brought into it because he wasn't too happy about KTM's treatment of riders last year, and apparently that's dividing the audiences or whatever. So that's interesting. I love Twitter.
Everyone's a critic.
Or X.
I've seen a lot of tweets over the last couple of weeks about people sort of trying to find new motorsport podcasts, and obviously MotoGP specifically. And I also stumbled across the tweet sort of not too happy with this, but I mean, we have lives and we do watch the races, which I actually
it's not like we
commented
don't
back
watch
and
them.
tried to make it very clear to everyone. I was like,
Did you? I didn't see that.
Yeah, I was like, we do actually watch the races, and if you actually just got past the first 2 minutes of us laughing at you, I feel like we do sort of know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's it.
Apparently if you don't watch it live, you don't know what you're talking about.
No.
In the next week, I'm going to set up my MotoGP dedicated Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it,
Nice.
channel.
We should just
I'm gonna-
live stream ourselves watching every single session.
Yeah, so obviously because we have to watch it live at all times.
Yeah.
If we're out in public doing something, with our families, family meal or something like that, nope, gotta watch the MotoGP.
No, but then the problem is that stuff happens in the evenings then as well. Maybe a rider will say something, so we might as well just 72 hours the whole weekend, just live stream.
May as well.
That we'll just sit in the one spot and watch it all.
Yeah, good idea. I like that. Yeah.
Sorted.
But anyway, moving on, because before we alienate more people apparently.
We're not salty, I promise. That came across really
we're
bad.
not. It did. It's fine. Thank you to everybody there who has been giving us love on the Instagram this week. It's nice to see. We've had a few nice little messages come through, so thank you. Much appreciated, as always. But the first thing I want to delve into, really, is American Racing has been doing a little bit of dodginess. Shock horror. What's new? Is the sky blue? Yes. Is American Racing dodgy? Well, of course it is. Anybody who knows anything and has spoken to people in the paddock knows that team manager Eaton Bitbull or Bullbit. I can never pronounce. It's Bitbull, isn't it? Eaton. Yeah, Bitbull. Oh no, Buttbull. There you go. Eaton Buttbull.
Oh.
That's the American Racing team manager. I can never get it right. Sorry. Owes a lot of people money.
Expand.
So Sam Lowe's, when he rode for the team, did a thing with, I think it was MCN News afterwards, basically said that he hadn't actually been paid the whole year he raced for them back when it was a Swiss investor squad. He hadn't been paid for him. His mechanics and all that weren't paid either. There are also people who painted helmet designers, I'm not going to name names, who he owes money to. There are journalists who work for the team who owed money. There are a lot of people who are owed money. If you talk to people in the paddock, there's a lot of people with a case who are owed money.
And we're not talking 20 quid here and there, are we?
We're talking, well, add a 3 zeros onto the end of that 20 quid and you're probably closer.
For each person?
Think how big a number that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think last year there was a journalist actually on Twitter who was going on about the fact that she was owed about 14,000 euros.
Good lord.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a couple of euros.
It is a bit, yeah. So, and the fact that I can talk about this openly because Sam Lowe did an interview with MCN where he said he wasn't getting paid. Let's have a look.
That's not a good track record. So, like, how does this tie to what's happening with SDK then? What's going on?
Yeah, because I've heard so many different things online about this.
Yeah, so I have actually spoken to SDK myself. I'm not sure what I can say exactly.
Juicy.
But the press release officially says from American Racing Team, I'll read it out for you quick. Says that Marcos Ramirez steps in as Sean Dillon Kelly continues recovery. Then it goes on to say, despite the progress in his recovery with forearm surgery so far, because he got, was it arm pump surgery?
Yeah.
Sean Dillon Kelly will be sidelined to give him the best chance possible to return to full fitness. Remember, he had this surgery before the summer break. It's about 6 weeks ago. Often we do see MotoGP riders racing within the same week as their surgery. Jack Miller did it last year, for example.
Yeah.
Then it goes on to say, with the long-term implications that could occur from rushing the return to competition, it's better to play it safe given the physical nature of the upcoming rounds. Marcos Ramirez will be returning to the American Racing team where he rode for 2 seasons, having mutually agreed with the forward team to substitute SDK.
That feels gaslighty and weird. I don't like it.
So, firstly, why on earth would Forward Racing offer their top rider up to a team that they're battling in the mid to low table? For one,
you tell me.
What would be the point of that? Especially when Alberto Sura is rumoured to replace him. That means they've got 2 rookies of Esquig and Sura on the bike. That doesn't make sense. Why, as well, would Ramirez end his contract or pause his contract with the forward team just to do 2 races on the Calex? Or 2 or 3? This is the problem. This period of time that Sean Dillon Kelly will be out is unconfirmed. There's no actual official end date for it.
Right.
Sean Dillon Kelly, the day before the presser released, made an Instagram post saying, I'm back this weekend. You know, guys, I'm going to race this weekend. I'm really excited to be back. Then the next day, that presser drops. So Sean Dillon Kelly was okay to ride from what he said. He's also been testing and riding around with Max Toth this weekend, who's also an American Racing rider, who has also said personally to myself that, again, there's not too much I can say properly, but that things will be clearer once the press release drops. So I'm assuming there's another one because he rides for the American Racing Team as part of Team MMR in the Junior GP European Moto 2 series.
Right.
Ramirez brings money, for one. 2, it's American Racing, and they've got a Spaniard and a Scotsman on the bikes for 2.
Of course.
But Sean Dillon Kelly, from what I've been told by Sean and what's been reported in the media from like Rickard Hove and things like that, is out, full stop.
It just doesn't...
Which doesn't make sense.
None of it adds up. Like, I'm so confused. And yeah, like, the whole fact that obviously Sean Dillon Kelly had made it quite clear that he was excited to be back racing, and then okay, yeah, he gets sidelined, you sort of go, okay, maybe he's gone through a medical and he's not fully fit yet, and complications can happen, so that sort of wasn't the bit that made me go, there's something going on here. It was after the weekend, what was it, Monday or Tuesday, he's on a bike training, and I'm going, you weren't fit to ride at the weekend apparently, but you're now fit to be training on whatever bike it was at whatever circuit. That's when I was like, this doesn't make any sense. And then obviously now the whole Marcus Ramirez, and now like there's a story here that sort of adds up and makes a lot of sense. You're going, this is all a bit strange. Well, I don't know. Well, it kind of does. Like, if it all gets confirmed, obviously.
Well, yeah.
But it's just weird that why do you come and do a weekend saying you're really excited to race? Don't race, and then a day later you're seen out training on a bike when you supposedly weren't fit enough to race at the weekend. Yeah,
because the thing is, because it dropped, Sky Sports MotoGP officially dropped it firstly. So I forwarded it to Sean and just was like, it is true, is this just a lie? It says you'll be replaced by Ramirez. And that was on Thursday last week. And he replied, I'll say this word for word. Apologies for language. All I can tell you is that I'm living a fucking nightmare right now, and I have no idea what's going to happen. It's just wild.
That doesn't sound too good.
No, and then he went on to say that Bossman said he's looking at just the next 3 rounds, but I'm not going to actually finish that. But next 3 rounds, yeah, I can't say any of the rest of the stuff, but
it's like the thing is disjointed. It like makes me get conspiracy theorist in my head again, and I'm just like, is there like some Spanish like mafia stuff going on here? Ramirez and everything. Weird. Like, what's happening here? Who is in shit with who? What's going on?
The only thing
who's getting their arm twisted? What's going on?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I mean, the only thing I can think of is that SDK and Rory don't actually pay for their seats. Dorna help with that.
Well, I was going to say, is the Scottish mafia involved to get Rory a seat?
But,
can neither
it's the Spanish mafia coming in. So,
fair.
Rory and Sean don't pay for their seats. The seats are paid by Dorna, but only their seats are paid for by Dorna. Marcos Ramirez can pay for a seat and extra by bringing sponsors, which brings more money to the team. The only thing I can think of is that the team, because it's not getting the results with Camabobia, they had to link up with OnlyFans to do their sponsorship and stuff this year as well. The only thing I can think of is that they needed that cash injection, which is why Marcos Ramirez has stepped in onto the seat.
I mean, the OnlyFans sponsor is hilarious. And the content that they're producing this year has been unbelievable. And compared to pretty much every other team on the grid in any of the classes, it's up there. Like, it is some of the best content. So I think that way, maybe because they have such a large sponsor, and I don't know how much that sponsorship deal is, but maybe they're wanting to see more results, from that side of things.
Yeah. Because Ramirez on his day on a Calex is a fast rider. He was in Moto3 runner-up behind Lorenzo Della Porta a few years ago. He's a very fast rider. He has won races in Moto3 World Championship. And on a Calex, he would be a very good rider. I think American Racing, he's only over there 2 years. I think he could have done a lot more. They're in a different team. And so he's been with the forward team now for a few years. That bike is terrible. Any rider that gets on it, gets off it again, says it's absolute terrible. That's why Lorenzo Della Porta ended his thing 2 out of 3 rounds, round early. But it's just a bit murky and dodgy, the fact that not even Sean Dillon Kelly knows what's going on.
Yeah, someone's getting their arm twisted somewhere for something that someone's just had to make a decision that they didn't want to make, but had to make, and it sounds like
Yeah.
it is for monetary reasons, but
that's what I mean. It's so wild that it almost makes sense. That's what I was trying to get at earlier. Like, it does weirdly add up. So, I mean, we'll see when it gets confirmed or what gets confirmed. But it's, and from what Sean said himself, it's worrying to hear that from a rider, and he doesn't sound too happy about it. So,
yeah, he's obviously, I sent you guys what he actually said, but yeah, he's just not happy at all, is he? All Forward Racing GP have now actually confirmed Surra to their team this weekend.
All right, okay.
But I don't know what else. Let's have a look. I feel sorry for the comments say I feel sorry for the SDK. They made it approved. They made him approve. This is translated from Italian. Made it approved to the World Cup too soon. Hopefully he can come back in a few years and ready to wrestle.
Wrestle?
Yeah, this is weird. Too bad. With it being his last name, he was the absolute best. No, I don't understand that either.
Okay.
Yeah, but weird.
It doesn't make sense. Why would American racing team go with a Spanish rider? Full stop. I mean, going with Rory had a lot of uproar last year when he signed. Everyone was like, "What the hell are you doing? Why is it not an American rider?" So
that's it.
I hope people are saying the same thing now. Like, why a Spanish rider? It makes no sense.
They are.
Oh, good. Mm-hmm. I haven't really read much about it, but.
Bad MotoGP memes did what they did best.
Yeah, I seen his post earlier.
Yeah. What did he say? He said, he put the actual press release up.
Yeah.
And was like, SDK was done dirty. He's fit to race. The statement was embarrassing. I wish Sean all the best in the future. And then they put other ones like, guess the injured rider with 4 photos of Mark with his face chopped up, like a guy with his hand broke, Lorenzo on crutches, and Sean Delacaisse stood next to a bike ready to ride. And things like that. And yeah, the last one where it's like a car drifting around the corner and a sign saying forward and right.
Yeah.
The forward is American riders, and it's drifting around the corner that says European riders with American racing on the car.
That was the best
yeah,
one.
they did their bit. But there's also some more murky stuff that I'm really intrigued about. Last week on the podcast, we obviously spoke about Jake Dixon and his little
outburst,
should we say?
Outburst.
On TNT.
Yeah.
We all said outburst. We'll go with
did
outburst.
We all?
Yeah.
Did we all say that?
Yeah, we did.
Wow, great minds.
Yeah. But then, very weird, because I woke up, made the post, woke up the morning after, and Jake had messaged me, and he said, to your post, I was saying banned for a race, and it was a heat in the moment, which obviously... Yeah,
we knew that.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So then I just said, I understand that. I don't think TNT should have interviewed you at that point, honestly, but I respect massively that you wear your heart on your sleeve and say it how it is, even if it's not what people want to hear. So then he said, I won't go and say all what he said, but he said, I said no to them, aka TNT, but they kept pushing me to do it. So what can I do? But no one ever sees that. But then... Lauren, you made that tweet, didn't you? And then what happened?
Oh my god, yeah, everyone got involved. I made a tweet just casually on Sunday, literally, just was like, TNT Sports should not be speaking to Jake Dixon right now. I'll actually get the tweet up so I can remember who replied to it, because I just gave up after a while. People were liking it, and I was like, that's fine, that's normal, whatever. And then, who started replying? So Michael Hill jumped in, some Ollie Rushby, and then David Emmett also decided to give me his tuppence on it. Yep. So everyone was sort of like, why not? Like, it's their job to do interviews, etc., etc. And I was sort of just like, well, yeah, but did no one think at this point that, maybe they shouldn't? So I shared that Jake wasn't happy to do the interview but did it anyway,
which he has said explicitly.
So I didn't share the screenshot because I'm not that type of person. I'm not going to air out someone else's messages on social media. So I just said, look, I've heard from a reliable source that Jake, well, pretty much from Jake himself, that he didn't want to do the interview but did it anyway. He sort of felt a bit pressured into it, and everyone was like, where'd you hear that? Like, I had so many direct messages of people being like,
oh my god.
And like people from Dorna were like, where'd you hear that from?
No,
and I was like, why? So I just started ignoring people by the end of it because I was like, I actually don't want to be involved in this anymore. Just because I was like, look, I've spoken pretty much to Jake myself at this point, and I know that this is what he said. So
the politics and bureaucracy of all this is so gross.
It's so weird.
Don't like
I don't like it.
Literally, everyone was like, "Where'd you hear that? Where'd you hear that?"
Yeah.
And I was like,
Gossip.
"From Everything Motor
It's like
Racing."
the gatekeepers
I
in
said
it.
that.
Like,
I was like, "From
where have you
Everything
heard
Motor
that?
Racing." So if you if you want to talk about it, go talk to Declan. But I don't think anyone did. So they probably didn't believe me.
Probably not. Even though I've got the messages to prove it.
I know. I feel like everyone probably thought I was making it up.
Yeah,
Because I mean,
maybe.
it was so easy for me to be like, "No, I know Jake didn't want to do it," but like I actually know that Jake didn't want to do it. So
Yeah, because he explicitly said it in his own words.
yeah, but I'm not about to put
It is
someone
weird.
else's screenshots on social media just to prove that. I don't know.
No,
Weird.
it is a weird one though, because like Neil's his mate and all that, and so I assumed that because didn't you get told that Jake was more than happy to do it?
Yeah, someone told me that from what they were aware, I'll actually get these messages up now too. Where is it? Here we are. Okay. I guarantee they weren't pushy at the time, but also guarantee that an emotional person, A, responding to question from emotional person, B, can easily create one person feeling pressure and the other feeling like they didn't have any pressure at all.
What?
That makes no sense. But
Bit of word
basically,
salad.
basically they were like, if I'm wrong, but this thread feels like a storm happening around people from TMT who are closer to Jake than most, or his press officer who is absolutely fantastic. Let the adult man choose. Sort of things, just like obviously some of the TNT crew are his friends. And they actually comfort him for a few minutes after the incident before an interview was even asked about. Because apparently Jake said, yeah, no problem at all, according to this person. And I was like, well,
Which is so.
I don't know who to believe here, but I have got a screenshot from Jake himself going,
Yeah,
I didn't want to do
Which is
it.
weird himself, because then he went and said, "Oh, I'm going to go off social media for a while," and then he hasn't gone off social media at all.
Yeah,
He's
I keep
posting every
seeing
day
I
since.
keep seeing him on Twitter replying
I'm
to
like,
stuff and BSB and all he was watching. So I'm like, okay, great social
Yeah.
media detox you're having. Maybe he just means that he's probably just posting, like,
Posting and not reading.
yeah, not
maybe? I'm
reading
not sure.
stuff, which I suppose is fair.
Yeah.
And what's
Probably for the
what's the Jake Dixon fan club saying to all this?
Oh God. I don't know. What was it? Yeah, because I used to listen to the podcast. He what did he do? He was like, "I'm coming off social media fully for a bit." The owner of that, so
Bloody
I don't
hell.
know.
So
It's
he's
just
had
weird.
nothing to say about it?
No, nothing really, to be honest. But
That's
I
disappointing.
mean, yeah, it's weird, but then it's weird in the same way with the SDK things. It's like you don't know who to believe when you've got the actual person telling you one thing, and then you got something else telling you a different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it just the person, like, I don't want it to, no, I don't know. Is it the person just feeling like hard done by? Or is there truth in the situation? Like, was Jake just turning around and going, oh, actually, I didn't really want to do it, but he never actually said that to the TNT people? Could have very
Maybe.
much happened. I
Yeah.
don't know that with the case with Sean Dillon Kelly. Obviously, that's a whole other can of worms, but like,
Like,
I don't
why
know.
would Jake tell me that? I don't know Jake.
I don't know. Maybe he just felt that after, once he's calmed down, he's sort of gone, actually, I really didn't want to do that, but I'm looking at all these people that
Possibly.
I know and I'm going, oh God, yeah, I have to do this. I'm going to speak to them. And like,
Don't wanna let
like
him down,
a split
like-
second sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like they probably did calm him down and then go, well, we'll do an interview here. And he's gone, yeah. And just all of a sudden he's gone, oh God, I really shouldn't have done that. But
Possibly in the heat of the moment as well. You're like, I need to just voice
Get this
how I
out,
feel.
yeah.
Like just say what you want to say. We've all been
But
there.
that's the thing that
but-
everyone likes about Jake. Like that he is so open and honest. I said to my dad, he watched the race later on, and I said to him to let me know
Criminal.
what he thought about the. Yeah, I know. God, he's never allowed to watch MotoGP
Watching
again.
it later on. Terrible.
But I said to him to let me know what he thought about an incident that happens in the race. So I get to the point where the crash happens and then I walk away. I'm like, okay, I'll let me know. And as soon as I walk away, my dad goes, do you know that's Jake's biggest weakness? It's like the best thing about him, but also his biggest weakness, that he wears his heart in his sleeve. Just as I was walking out of the room, as that crash happens, and I was like, oh God, right, let me know what you think in a couple of minutes after this incident. And he's like, yeah, no, I stand by it. Like, it's his biggest weakness, but the best thing about him, wholeheartedly. So,
Double-edged sword. Yep.
It like helps him in some situations, but hinders him as well.
yeah, because he's one of the most likable riders on the grid. And I said this last week, like, he's so open and honest. You know exactly what's going on. Like, I wish more riders were like that, but then it comes back to bite him in the ass when something goes wrong. A lot of people are quick to jump on that, being open and honest, because it may come across a certain way.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I think a lot of riders have that. Obviously, Marc Marquez's biggest weakness and his most strongest aspect is the fact that he just gives it all no matter what. Well, not at the moment, obviously, but yeah, it's a tricky one. I think when you're there and you're winning races, you can give it. Like Jorge Lorenzo could give it and would just tell it exactly how it is, but he could go on track and win week in, week out.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't matter because whatever he said, the results would back it up. And respectfully to Jake, he's won one Moto2 race, one more than I'll ever win in my life.
Never say never.
But maybe
there might be an American racing seat going here.
Yeah, true. But he's won one Moto2 race, and I don't know if he's got the kind of stature to kind of start slinging things around, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, all that stuff. But
yeah,
I don't know. You're right, but then it's a weird one. Like, like it's just so hard to really have like why whatever I'm going to say is not really going to have any more any validity of clout any more than Jake says. Like you said, he's won one more Moto2 race than I'll ever win. I mean, like calling for riders to be banned and stuff and saying like, oh, he's ruined my championship and all that. I mean, like you say, he's only won one race. It's not exactly and he is still third.
You're gonna win it.
We're still not even half. Are we
Anything
halfway through the
could
season?
happen.
We're still about halfway.
Like, well, we're about halfway.
Yeah, like it was just heated words and everything, and just a moment of passion from a passionate man.
Oh yeah.
I feel like anyone could have said that at that point, though. Like, if someone punted you off your bike, you'd be like, what an idiot. Like, why did you just do that to me? Even if it was your fault, you'd be like, you automatically feel hard done by. Like, everyone has felt that way at some point in their life, just maybe not at God knows how many miles per hour in a Moto2 bike. Like, it's a normal reaction to get annoyed about a situation like that. And of course, he's bigged it up and said the whole, he should have a ban and ruined my championship. But like, of course he's going to feel that way. Because that's how he feels in that exact moment.
Exactly.
I don't know.
He'll come back. He'll be fine.
I'd love him to back it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. If he can back it up in Austria, then fair play to the man,
Yeah.
Yeah, fair play to him. Like,
yeah.
Because he basically ended it with, I'm going to go out and win as many races as possible. And hopefully it's letting a little fire up under his arse that actually is capable of going out and absolutely smashing everyone.
Don't be back there again. Is the thing. Like, the reason you got caught up with him is because you're in 18th position because you had a bad start and a bad quali the day before. And he crashed in quali, Make sure that doesn't happen again. And you're not going to be facing him, so... Yeah, you just got to, like... Obviously, it's rich for us to tell these riders how to race because we obviously have never raced in our lives. Whereas riders like... Well, people like Michael Hill and things like that can because they've raced in their lives, for example. But the amount of riders who have crashed and had terrible races because they've qualified low, you'd think that they would kind of learn it. Obviously you can have one bad or 1-2 races, but follow the guys who are winning championships as like
the way they do it. Marc Marquez, every single qualifying would go out and set a banker that would be maybe within half a second, 2 tenths, 3 tenths of the eventual pole position. Hell, it might have even been the pole record lap, and it was just his first lap of the session. I think it's so worthwhile to just go and set a banker. And of course, it's great and easy for me to say this at home. But if you can go out there and set a banker that's good enough for maybe 10th, at least at a minimum, or maybe even better, like 8th or 7th, at least it means you're not sat way at the back of the grid.
Yeah.
And if it all goes to pot and you stack it on your second lap in qualifying, at least you've got that banker to fall back on.
Marco Bezzecchi did it.
Nothing,
it's Silverstone.
Yeah, exactly. And, follow the MotoGP guys, like, it's not bad, or you're not a bad person or any weaker or whatever to follow what the guys who are doing it at MotoGP are doing. If they are the guys who are setting the example, because they're the guys out the front and the guys who have made it to MotoGP. So if anything, you want to follow in their footsteps and do it. That's just my 2 cents. Like, if I was a rider, every time we go in qualifying, I would set that banker every single time without fail.
Well,
Marquez does it,
Yeah, I think with Jake is, though, and it is easy for us to say, but Jake does have the potential to get pole positions, to be at the front, because he's done it loads of times now, countless amount of times now. So I'm hoping that this form and being consistent comes in now, and then it does back him up, because speaking of Jake, he is fully capable of doing exactly what you just said if he really focuses on it. So I don't think it's out of pocket for us to be like, put yourself at the front, and you're not going to find yourself at these situations again, because he can do it 100%.
Yeah, and with the rumours floating around of him getting a Gresini Ducati next year, there's a big enough carrot to win MotoGP races dangling in front of your face there. Grab it by the horns and absolutely send it.
How much of a mediocre confirmation for Alex Marquez at Gresini next year was that announcement?
Like, he stays. It was the joke of, because it was Neymar or something. JRPK
but
and Neymar.
I had no idea what that was referencing.
Yeah.
I was like, why is there a picture of Neymar here? And some guy I don't know. Like.
Yeah, it's like an inside joke a little bit, wasn't it?
I don't know. I thought it was a bit rubbish.
Inside, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was nice to see that Marcus has stayed, because I think he's a definite talent. We know that already. And give him a second year and he can really excel. He's already got one sprint race win under his belt. And people are like, oh, he's disappointing on that bike. He's not doing as well as he should. But he's doing as well as he can.
He's got a lot to unlearn from that Honda.
He's still got to, exactly. Yeah. He's got to literally relearn how to ride a MotoGP bike.
Yeah.
Because, coming from Honda to a Ducati is a completely different kettle of fish. In a nicer way, of course. But it just means you've got to unlearn the bad habits you made on a Honda of doing X, Y, and Z to try and stop the bike from crashing underneath you.
That said, though, I do think next year is his last chance.
Yeah.
To really bring in, podiums every weekend, essentially.
He needs to have a kind of Enea Bastianini-esque season. Obviously, you don't have to win as many races and do anything like that, but if you can bag 3, 4, maybe 5 races, including sprint races, I think he's bagged himself another year. I think that's good enough for him.
Yeah, it is. I think it's going to be quite a high standard, because there's just so much competition for the seats now, especially a Ducati seat.
Yeah, I think with the threat of having possibly a more competitive teammate next year as well will make him want to have consistent performances. And I think consistency is a big thing, because he could have an Enea Bastianini-esque year next year and that would definitely confirm his seat. But Enea's downfall in the Gresini was that he wasn't consistent enough. So I think if Alex can get any sort of consistency, he's definitely going to keep the seat for as long as he wants it.
Because Digi is unfortunately not cutting the mustard, and I think that he could be back to Moto2, maybe even back to Moto2 with Gresini. You never know.
Yeah.
He did post a photo earlier that was yeah, exactly. He did post a photo earlier actually that was 2 years ago. There was a photo of him at Gresini Moto2.
I think he'd do so well on World Superbikes. Yeah,
I think he'd do really well on that Motocross Ducati or something like that. Yeah, I think he'd do well. But speaking of Superbikes, the reigning World Superbike champion, Mr. Alvaro Bautista, We'll be doing a wildcard this year at Sepang.
It's the gift we hoped we'd get.
Yeah,
for
at Sepang as well. It's got long
Christmas
straight.
has come early.
It has. It has. I think he'll do really well, to be honest. His times at Mazzano in the tests were really competitive still.
I wish they'd brought him to Mazzano, but obviously it must be a scheduling issue there, and I don't know both calendars off the top of my head.
It's because Piro's wildcard in there, and so is Pedrosa. So
too many wildcards. Because that would have been good. Because I think he
that
would
would've
have
been
been
good.
top 5 easy, Mazzano.
Yeah. Phillip Island did them really well as well,
Ooh,
though.
yeah.
If you remember when he was fighting for the win a few years ago there.
Yeah,
But,
I think.
yeah, he's testing at Mazzano recently as well, so...
Is he going to be on a GP23 as well?
Yeah, he'll be on the Aruba
With
squad.
the Aruba, which is really nice in MotoGP when they run the Aruba.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's lovely,
Stuff on
yeah.
Lovely.
Plus, you can slightly tell the
Lovely.
Ducatis apart,
Yeah, you can, yeah.
because otherwise you don't know who's who when they're
'Cause
racing.
normally it's
around.
just Piro riding the factory squad's colours, but yeah, they've got him on the Aruba now, which looks beautiful.
I think he's going to beat Peckel in that race.
So yeah, that's
Yeah.
controversial.
I think he's gonna.
Positive manifestation means
Yeah,
it'll
yes.
happen.
Can I
Exactly.
do some futures derivatives dabbling here and leverage my points?
Speak it into
for that prediction.
existence.
So if it would have been 5 points to have him on the
Oh.
podium the week before, because I'm calling it now, can I leverage that to 50 points, please?
Oh my god, 50 points from 5.
No, whoa. I think if I
Jesus
get it right, I
Christ.
should get 50 points.
Oh my god.
Make it interesting again.
Only if I get 100 points for the winner.
No, this was
Okay.
my idea.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm getting tired.
But yes, some more things that have happened. Firstly, I want to give a shout out to Max Cook and Charlie Nesbitt for their
Hell of a race.
unbelievable rides in British Superbikes at Thruxton over the
Yeah.
weekend.
That was good.
Charlie Nesbitt taking away triple podiums as a rookie. Max Cook with 2 P4s and a crash in race 2, fighting for the win. Which is a
Impressive.
big shame. But again, for both of them, they're very young, very talented. Both of them have got a career in Moto 2 maybe in a few years if we can continue like this.
American
With the
Racing
American
Squad.
Racing Team.
Way! How many American racing team jokes can we make in one episode?
Take a shot every time, you know. But yeah, both of them did really well, and I think they deserve credit. I'm not sure if they can continue it because I think Thruxton was Charlie's home race, so he's always very good there. I think it's pretty good for Max as well, but it shows progression. It shows that both of them have actually got.
It shows that
what it
it's
takes to battle in
there.
front.
Like,
Yeah, it's there.
that's the
It's
main
not a
thing.
fluke.
Like, you can take so much confidence away from a weekend like that when maybe things haven't
Yeah.
been going your way this season, and people are very quick to just assume that maybe just because you've needed a few extra rounds to adapt that all of a sudden you're shit at riding bikes. So I think it's a good confidence boost, and I hope
Yeah,
it will
I agree.
continue. And then
Long may it.
Yeah.
I think it. Charlie's 2-time British champion. He's a fantastic rider, and then Max Cook, of course, has done bits in the Rebel Rookies Cup and the Junior GP. Both of them have very young as well. Both of them have a lot of talent, and like you say, the fact that they can do this and they've proven they can battle at the front
Yeah.
shows
and all
a
it
great
takes
deal of
is
confidence for
a
them.
weekend like Bear Monster we're having where
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're nowhere to be
they were
seen.
nowhere.
And
Yeah.
all of it, like O'Halloran took 50 points out of
Yeah,
the top of the
they took a
championship.
triple win, didn't
like
they? Yeah.
that's all it takes, and for those guys to be racing hard at the front and gaining that experience with the guys who they want to be battling with is another thing as well. Like that'll be an even bigger confidence boost, and that's all it takes
Yeah.
is a weekend. Say we're one team maybe isn't on the gas
Well,
as
that's
much.
it. Yeah, because that's it. I think, because BSB now only offer 18 points for a win, O'Halloran's been robbed of 21 points there, which would have promoted him nearly into second place. But that's a great thing about BSB and the beauty of BSB. Just one good weekend and one bad weekend, doesn't matter how far ahead you are in the championship, it can flip. And not only that, of course, we've still got the showdown in BSB to look forward to as well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
those 3 wins will have helped O'Halloran massively when it comes to showdown points.
BSB's great this year.
It's fantastic.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's ironic, really, because what was it? An ex podcast host of this podcast said that it was the 4th best national championship in the world, and then BSB is another stonker like that, and you're like, I don't know what you're watching, mate.
This is what happens. I feel like motorsport goes through phases, and like Superbikes was really good in 2021, and then I don't know what was good in 2022, but yeah, and then obviously
BSB.
Oh my god, my Alexa is talking about World Superbikes for some reason.
Oh, nice.
The baggers.
Oh my god, it just heard me. I don't.
That's always
good.
Baggers is always
good.
Good.
But have you seen that they've done a deal with BSB for the European stuff?
No, I haven't. Tell me.
I don't actually know fully what the hell it means, because it's been very like, I don't know, it's not been worded incredibly well, but here we go. MSVR, who do the BSB rounds and cover BSB, appointed European promotional partner for Moto America King of the Baggers series. So, Moto America, North America's premier motorcycle road racing series, and Motorsport Vision Racing, MSVR, the promoters of the Bennett's British Superbike series, have inked a deal that will see MSVR become the European promotional partner for the Moto America King of the Baggers series. So either that means we can watch the baggers in the UK and Europe, maybe?
Would dig.
I don't know. Or the news. Oh, there we go. This new agreement will see MSVR evaluate different venues, series, and events throughout Europe, and a plan of series for the races. We're getting the baggers in Europe.
I would travel to go see a bagger race.
I would pay good money to that. Imagine the baggers at freaking Cadwell Park.
Oh my god.
That would be ace. The baggers around Jerez, like a support race for MotoGP of the baggers.
Yeah, that'd be sick. I'm
up for that.
We need something different.
Yeah, that is
interesting.
Awesome. Because people like talk smack about the baggers, but when we had Carl Wyman on the pod, he even said like the baggers are 2 seconds slower than the superbikes now.
They're so entertaining to watch, though. You can't believe that those things are being muscled around like
down
that.
Like a second and stuff.
Yeah.
Jeremy Williams is 59 battling at the front.
Incredible.
Be closer to home anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Can you imagine that? Baggers around Cadwell. Blah.
Yeah, I'd go see that. Even just Donington, if they do like a UK round, if they're going around Europe, if they come in Donington, I'd be there. If it's supporting World Superbike or something. I don't know. But then if you're saying it's RSVP, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a photo that's just been posted on Mark as a story of him on Service TV promoting MotoGP alongside Pit Byra. KTM.
He was on a bloody AlphaTauri.
Yeah, I did make a really offensive joke earlier about that. Because obviously he's on the AlphaTauri plane, and I was like, hopefully he doesn't crash that one too. Yeah, bad taste, I know. But
oh my god.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
I hope you heard that sigh that I just let out there.
Yeah, I did.
I didn't. Can you do it again?
No.
But yeah, interesting one, man.
That is interesting. So are we basically saying Marc Marquez to KTM confirmed?
No, but so KTM have confirmed last time out at Silverstone that they will have 6 bikes on the grid next year.
That could have been the best segue possible until I don't know what you just did to that.
To what? What were you trying to segue?
I don't know. I just didn't expect you to segue it that way. I thought you were, I don't know.
So KTM, sorry for not hitting your high standards there, Lauren.
You just took a pause too long. I don't know.
Yeah, sorry. KTM have confirmed on Service TV last time out that they'll have at least 5 bikes on the grid, which means they'll have 6. Dorna have then gone round and said, no, you won't.
Oh.
So then it's now been reported that, yes, they will have 6 bikes on the grid, with Matt Oxley tweeting earlier that Dorna have said no to KTM having 6 bikes on the grid because they're saving those spots for maybe BMW or Kawasaki.
Not happening.
Who have zero interest in MotoGP anyway. Yeah. And so Matt has said, what's the point? Like, it makes sense to have KTM having 6 bikes on the grid because then it means more promotion, but they want to save them for a brand new manufacturer instead.
Well, come on.
But KTM is saying they've got the seats.
But
they've also approached 3 teams, including Grassini, who have now inked a deal to stay with Ducati until 2025. They've approached 3 teams to get satellite bikes. We know one of them is LCR Honda.
I think,
don't know the other 2.
I think one of those husky coloured.
Husqvarna, yeah.
Yeah, the
They would
husky.
look beautiful.
That would be a stunning bike. That'd be amazing.
Because as well, the Max Racing team last year that Ron Husqvarna's is the RNF squad this year.
Let's just
maybe
make this
RNF
happen.
KTM.
Yeah.
One day. Miguel Oliveira wouldn't be too happy about that.
Nah.
But speaking of RNF, there's been lots of talk about Ralph Fernandez and his future.
Yeah.
Aprilia have reconfirmed that they're very happy with Ralph Fernandez and that he's not going anywhere, despite rumours of him being sacked or to be replaced by somebody, potentially Marc Marquez. It's also been unveiled that Ralph Fernandez has a 2+2 contract with Aprilia, meaning that he could potentially be on the Aprilia until the end of 2026.
He better start delivering, boy.
Yeah.
I'm surprised out of everyone at Aprilia that Ralph Fernandez would have that deal.
Yeah, because it's weird.
Well,
For Ralph Fernandez.
I mean, it's weird that we're saying that because 2 years ago you'd be like, oh my God, that's amazing.
You'd
like that's
put him on Fat Chick KTM.
Best thing ever. But obviously he hasn't delivered as of yet in the MotoGP class. I mean, he did get his first top 10 finish last week in Silverstone, so obviously
he did indeed.
Step in the right direction, but
KG one though.
Is it enough?
Yeah.
We'll have to see, I guess. It's a tricky one, Ralph Fernandez, because he's got it. We know that. We've seen him do it many times in Moto2. We've seen him do it in Moto3. He's a junior Moto3 world champion. So, and he was very, 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 very good in the Red Bull Rookies.
Moral Moto2 world champion.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the moral one, yeah, of course.
But like, it's
just
not
like he can't do it.
What's happening though? Because I mean, we're like, yeah, he got a top 10. However, all the other Aprilias were
first 5?
First, 4th, and 5th, yeah. And like Oliveira being 4th on his first race back, really, since injury.
Yeah, where he's fully back on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sure, like top 10 on paper is great. However, when you actually fully consider the circumstances of that race, considering the what we've seen of Raul so far in his career, you feel like he should be doing better. I think, anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We've already discussed this in previous weeks, but
we have. But yeah, Ruffinder's interesting one. There's also talk from Fabio Quartararo, who's been a bit rowdy this week, who's basically said that every year Yamaha give him a 10-page document about what they're going to do on the bike. This year he decided he's not even going to read it because 9.5 of those pages don't get answered or even looked at or completed. Yeah. So he said that basically they need to sort it out or he won't give them another chance. He's grateful for the chance they gave him to get him into MotoGP and that it made him world champion. But he expects more, with Lynn Jarvis coming out and speaking to GP1 and saying that Fabio expects better, he's accustomed to better and are capable of better, and he has been quite rightfully so frustrated. He gives his maximum, but has been in incidents created by overriding or being in the middle of the pack. Jake Dixon is like, yeah, me too. I understand the frustration. We need to deliver a package to our riders to allow them to perform to the best of their abilities.
I mean, he's going slower than he did when he first joined in 2019. I
wonder, actually. I'm going to check what his race time was at Silverstone compared with
2019. He crashed.
He crashed. Right, we'll go.
He had that big
crash
with Dovey at Silverstone, did he not, in 2019?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that was a freaking horrendous crash.
What about quali times though?
Yeah.
I'll go. I'll check his race time and then I'll check his qualifying time. Where the hell?
That said, wasn't 2019 like pretty good conditions? So it's maybe not.
Yeah. I mean, he was unbelievable.
MotoGP.
don't know.
race. Fabio won the race in 2021.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, in
championship
2021,
winning
he
year.
drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
And he did
dominated
40. Yeah, 40 minutes 20 seconds and 5:79.
It was cold conditions though, because I was there. I remember it. I was bloody freezing. So maybe
Yeah, 17
similar-ish.
degrees. I'll check the qualifying as well, but I've taken a note of the ground conditions and things like that. Year 23 British Grand Prix. Fabio was slower, but so was Aleix by 20 seconds.
But
There was
the
like
mixed,
rain this year,
yeah,
so you
mixed
can't really confirm
conditions.
Yeah.
Yeah, qualifying might be better then. Let's have a look.
No, sure it was wet.
2. It was wet again. Bloody hell, England. Sort your weather out. Jesus Christ. Let's go 2022 then. But it was okay in 2022.
Yeah,
No,
I think he
finished
came
10th.
second in 2022, did he not?
And he finished 8th.
Oh.
But he was faster than his time the year prior. So you can't even really compare them. What's a good one to compare? It wasn't raining.
How's he done in Austria in the past?
Let's have a look.
I think he won it once too.
He won. He got on the podium. I don't think he won
Did
it.
he
'Cause I
not
think
win
only KTM and Ducati have won it
Okay.
there.
Oh yeah.
But
You're right.
Yamaha have actually confirmed that there's a risk that Honda could hire Quartararo.
Fabio would be
mean-
mental to go.
Why would you make the nightmare worse? Like
I know. At least the Yamaha's not hospitalizing
him, yeah.
everyone that rides it. Yeah, like
Yeah.
him and Frankie. Like, at least they're going slow, but they're not. Like, they're finishing the race at least. Come on. Well,
Yeah,
for the
that's
most
true.
part. Until
Just
they,
about.
Yeah.
get their front ends ripped off. But
I mean,
So
still got a
Fabio-
point.
yeah,
Yeah,
true,
exactly.
true.
True.
Yeah.
So Fabio's had a 3rd in his rookie season. 2020 he had a 8th and a 13th. For 2021 he had a 7th. 22 a 2nd. So it was
Yeah.
okay at Austria.
So
So it'd be interesting actually next week after the pod to compare his times.
well, a lot of
provided it's
a lot
raining,
of circuits
not
already in the first half of the season. We've gone. Oh, he's usually good here, like the
Yeah.
Saxon ring and stuff like
a
that.
Ref.
Yeah.
A ref would be a great one to compare. Let's have a look.
And
A
like
I don't wanna
they're saying that the thing with this year's Yamaha is the fact that it's got this power that they've promised. It's got the more top end speed, but that's compromised it basically everywhere else. So if there's somewhere where that's going to be less of a handicap, shall we say, it's going to be a track like Austria where it's stop and go. So
Yeah.
it might be interesting to see whether it shows some signs of like actually performing, because they can just make use of that power and not worry about corner speed so much like they've done in the
Yeah.
past.
So
Maybe.
Fabio is actually going faster than he did. Like a lot faster than he did in Jerez. Like, I'm talking like over the race distance, like over a second faster in total. Like 1.5, 2 seconds faster. No, 2 minutes faster. It's over a minute faster.
I think
But I think that's just MotoGP in total just stepping forward. Because this year Aleix did one. Who won? Oh, I'm getting freaking confused here. But whoever
It's making
won
my
Jerez
head
this
hurt.
year did it in 39 minutes and 30 seconds. When Fabio won Jerez a few years ago, it was 42 minutes, nearly.
but
So that's going
then,
faster than he ever has before.
what are the conditions though? Because I feel like Jerez the last couple of years has been disgustingly hot and greasy.
Mm.
Was it that way this
True.
year?
Possibly. I guess you can't. It's quite hard to compare times from last year to this year.
It really is.
Because everything is so different. The bikes are different. The conditions could be different.
conditions are kind of the biggest one really that stop you being
Oh,
able to
yeah.
compare it.
Yeah.
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 I don't know. It's a tough situation for old Fabio, but
Well, to be
It is
fair,
indeed.
with him, he's one of those ones I actually could see him breaking his contract early. Like if he gets to the end of this season, the
Yeah.
way he's going now, and there's a seat available somewhere, it actually
On-
is looking more and more
Mhm.
likely.
on a European bike though, he's not going to a Honda.
Gonna have to be a European bike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe that Aprilia, if he wants to take
Yeah.
a satellite seat, maybe.
Well, there could be a factory seat. You never know.
Yeah, that's true. Don't know what Vinales is going to do. I'm assuming stay. I can't see him being. It's weird though, because when he broke his contract with Yamaha after 9 races, I think he had like 78 points. After 9 races this year, he's got 74 points, and he's looking nowhere near like he wants to break it with Aprilia. Weird what you come accustomed to and happy with, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, with that one, there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that we don't know, and the downfall of like the relationship between him and Yamaha.
Yeah,
I'd love to be a fly on the wall of whatever the hell went down there, but I don't. I don't know. He seems to really like the vibe of Aprilia. I mean, he has said on multiple occasions he isn't happy with where the bike is this year. But
they're making steps forward now.
Yeah, he's not exactly going, I'm not happy enough with the performance that I'm gonna leave. Which is interesting when you see the points difference.
Well, it's funny actually you mentioned Aprilia, because Miguel Oliveira made quite a funny comment. He said Aprilia do the best omelettes with fewer eggs than his rival MotoGP teams.
That is a lovely analogy.
Yeah, I really like that, to be fair. Yeah, that's great. But
I like that one.
Yeah, that's it. Aprilia don't need as much as other teams to win races, it seems.
Yeah, they don't need 8 bikes. That's fair.
No, that's true.
Well, there'll be the like power sort of capital. They'll have the least funding out of every team there, right? They'll be on the tightest budget.
Well, they're part of the Piaggio group, aren't they?
Yeah.
So maybe there's a bit of money there, but like Audi, who own blooming Ducati and Lamborghini and all that, obviously have
Volkswagen Audi group
just throw in there.
And
nuts.
KTM Red Bull, like Jesus. I mean,
KTM's got the richest sponsor on the grid.
Unlimited money. Honda, Yamaha. Well, I don't know. I guess that's just a history thing with them.
Was it 2016 that Red Bull turned over like $8 billion or something like that?
I don't know.
No, I think that was profit. I think that was actually profit. So they've got money to burn.
How is there that much money? Do you know what I mean? Just full stop.
Yeah, like there's more money than there's as much money as people on Earth.
They must just be making their own at this point.
Yeah, just print
that's it. Just printing it off.
The government does.
It away, Why not, eh?
Anyway.
Yeah. I think we're just yapping now. I think we should probably do some predictions.
Sorry, everyone.
It's getting late.
I kept just recording to a bit later, so
it's all right. Don't worry.
Delirious season.
Yeah, it's all good. Right, we'll go on to some predictions now. We'll start with Moto3's pole position. I'm going to go with the
Brad Binder to win it all.
Just
all
every,
of it. No, like
every class.
3-2 GP, all of it. Red Bull Ricky's going to be there. Brad Binder will win it. Motorway, Brad Binder. Done.
Brad Binder's got it.
Yep.
The support Northern Talent Cup race. Yeah, Brad Binder. Yeah. I did post a photo earlier today on my Instagram, on the Everything Moto Racing Instagram, of Brad Binder 2021, and the bike is ridiculous. It's going into turn 2, and the bike is full tilt left, and his body is tilted full over right whilst turning right. It's absolutely insane. Yeah, it's photo taken by Mr. Gareth Harford, who is a spectacular tog, as we know. So go check that one out if you want to see your brain get blown apart by how the hell a man does that on a motorbike.
Gotta love him.
So yeah, Cameron, Moto3 pole, please.
Where are we? Austria. Didn't look up the weather. Messia, please.
Okay, Messia, nice one. He won there on the Leopard a few years ago.
Yeah, I know. Oh, don't I know it?
Yeah, I need some stats here. I do this to myself every week.
Yeah, I think it was his first ever Moto3 win as well, actually. And what about you, Lauren?
Suzuki did really well there last year, did he not?
I couldn't tell you. I'm assuming it did. I remember him and Onshu crashed together, didn't they, a few years ago? But that was when they were both at Tech 3.
I feel like, did he not win it really convincingly last year? But I'm doing nothing to actually search this up.
I'm doing it for you. Okay. Don't worry, I've got it. He did win it last year by... That's MotoGP. That's also MotoGP. Doesn't matter 2 qualifying. I don't want qualifying. There we go. Here we go. Yeah, you want to buy 0.064 to Suzuki.
Convincing.
Japanese one too.
Okay, not.
Onshu was 3rd.
Yeah.
No, Munoz 3rd. Onshu 4th.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Sasaki Paul then.
Sasaki Paul. Okay. There's also talk that we might hear an Italtrans announcement soon for Morera.
Okay.
So that'd be a good one.
Cool.
And NTS as well, just saying. NTS chassis provider might be taking over Pons next year. So we could have Pons NTS next year.
That'd
They're
be
doing
cool.
a wild card at Valencia this year with Hector Garzo.
Can't wait.
So yeah, there's some information as well for you. 3rd place in Austria, I'm going Onshu.
Wait, who did you go for pole?
Sasaki.
Oh, he never says.
I don't remember you saying.
I said it first. Yeah, I did say it.
Did you?
Yeah, I
I'm
did.
not even going to listen
Roller
back to
tapes.
this. No.
Roller
No.
tape. I'm not
You can do that
good-
yourself
that's
and
fine.
figure
Yeah,
that
I'm not
out. That
editing
you
that.
definitely no, you didn't say that.
Okay.
Don't
Okay.
gaslight me into
Cameron.
thinking that you said
Wow. No, you're gaslighting me into thinking I'm gaslighting you into gaslighting about this thing.
No. It's too late for this.
that. It's only 10:42, guys. It's not even late.
Come on, man.
Ma'am, I am rather close to 30. It is late.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, Cameron, can we have your 3rd place, please?
3rd place. It's a gamble, isn't it? You could pick any of 10.
A gamble, yeah.
Ed Gamble. Who's that? Anyway.
The comedian.
I will have 1 Ortola, please.
Ortola, that's a good shout. And how about you, Lauren?
Sasaki.
Sasaki again, jeez. I'm going to post a photo of Ed Gamble into the chat just for the sake of it.
I know who Ed
So
Gamble
you know.
is.
Well, just so the listeners can
There's
see
Ed
it.
Gamble.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Right, the 2nd place, I'm going to go for... not Sasaki, I'm going to go with... Rebel rookies have been very good here. I'm going to go with Alonso, you know. Holgado and Alonso would be very good around that track, just saying. Just to help you out a little bit. And so would... What's his face? That kid. What's
Oh,
the
my
hell is
favourite
his
rider?
name? Munoz.
Oh.
Munoz got a podium there last year. Right, 2nd place, please.
Me?
Cameron, please.
All right. Okay.
You didn't specify.
Well, I was
Sorry.
I was also gonna go with Alonso, so I'll just.
Oh, for
Oh,
God's sake.
stop being boring.
Oh.
Right, who are you going for?
I'm
Lauren,
convinced you
please?
do this to me to make me pick the
Oh,
like
okay, we'll go with you first for Moto 2 then.
to make me pick like the other choice,
What's
Yeah.
the other?
not
choice?
the obvious choice.
That makes
That's
sense.
so obvious for.
I don't
Alonso's
know. I
second,
feel like
isn't
I would have gone for him.
Well, then go for
Also,
him.
just-
I don't want
a
to.
heads
That's
up.
so
In fact,
boring.
yeah, don't, because every time you predict the same as me, they crash. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Get
to give
Alonso's
you
name
a
out
little
your
bit
mouth.
of tidbit of information, if you want to go for Alonso, I'd go for the win because in the year he won the Red Bull Rookies Cup, they did 4 races at the track and he won 3 of them. He was on the podium in the 4th one.
No,
that
that's gonna
sounds like
mess
he's
up.
overdue for a second place. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ortola.
Nice. Okay. He finished 2021 races there in 2nd, 4th, 6th, and 3rd. So nice.
See?
I've gone for the win for Sasaki. Cameron, please.
I'm gonna go Messiah win as well. Pole and win. I think he's just
Wow.
gonna be a little bit. He's gonna have a cut above everyone.
Nice. Okay. And Lauren, please.
Danny Holgado.
Nice. Good shout. Do you want to know where he came in 2021?
12.
Absolutely nowhere. Anyway.
Why? Where was
Right,
he?
he finished. Where the hell is his name? 9th, 7th, 4th, 7th.
Win. There you go.
There you go. There
Well.
you go.
With those
Actually cost him the
stats.
championship that week. Those 4 races cost him the championship. Thinking about it. So.
Well,
Right,
too bad.
we're gonna start with you, Lauren. Moto2 poll, please. And Cameron and I can just pick whoever you don't pick.
Yeah.
Oh, Pedro Costa.
Oh, for God's sake. That's fine. I'm going Dixon, so Cameron, please.
Aldeguer. I think he's going to start doing a
Oh!
Pecco.
That's
Now
a
that he's
good
won, he's
shout.
like, that's it. This is my championship.
Yeah, that's a good shout, to be fair.
He could, podium, definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
Not pole, though. Okay, fine.
Doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Didn't have Paul last week and he was absolutely fine.
What's that? What?
He didn't have Paul last week and he won it.
Okay, it sounded like you were attacking me personally there. So I was just
Sorry.
wondering what was going on.
Sorry.
Cameron.
Anyway.
Last year, by the way, it was Agura, Chantra, then Dixon, third.
Oh,
Great.
So, just so to help your predictions.
good to know.
Lauren, third, please.
I think it'll be for me and Aldeguer.
Nice. Okay. Cameron is screaming right now. Cameron, third place, please.
Let's go with. Let's have Canet. Let's have a little
Yeah,
bit
that's a
of
good
redemption for.
Ah, he's a second place
Aaron.
man.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't know.
I'm not going to say that. I'm going to go for third place with Arbolino. What?
Solid.
What are you laughing about?
I'm just laughing at you. In
Oh,
general.
Everyone does that. Yeah, I'm used to that. Lauren, second place, please.
You make me pick first for everything.
Yeah.
I didn't want this sort of power.
Tough. Don't ask. What wish you wish for. I don't know. Don't ask what you wish for. I don't know the friggin'
Good
saying.
lord.
What?
Jesus.
What are you even trying to say?
I don't even know. There's a saying that's
Careful
like,
what you wish for.
Careful what you wish
That's
for.
it,
I've made my
that's
bed,
it.
now I can lie in it.
Oh,
Yes,
there's
you
a good
can.
one.
Uh-huh. I'm just stalling that I don't know who I want for second place.
Stolen like Scott Ogden. Whoa.
Oh.
Oh,
Too soon.
Oh, that was mean.
Too
That was
soon.
mean.
Too
Sorry. That was sad.
He's going to be
Anyway.
crying himself to sleep tonight after hearing that.
Ah,
Yeah, he is.
okay, you don't laugh, you cry. Anyway,
Right, Lauren, please.
I think Jake Dixon will be in second place.
Nice. Okay, Cameron, please. Second.
I wanted to say Dixon, but I'm not gonna now.
Oh,
because
okay.
Lauren historically is a curse, so I'll have a Costa second, please.
Ooh.
Okay. I have gone with Agura second
Interesting.
because he got his first podium there as well. Lauren, for the win, please.
Pedro Costa.
Good shout. Okay, Cameron, please.
Furman, but I think it's gonna be close.
Oh,
I think it's gonna be a good old scrap. It's gonna be a good.
Well, oh yes. So I am gonna say that I want him to back up what he said.
Ooh.
I'm going with Jake Dixon
Let's have it.
to win.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I wouldn't be mad.
Revenue, pole and win.
I mean, I
Well,
would be mad because you'd.
He's
be
a man
catching me,
fired
but-
up.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, it
Right.
would make the championship more exciting.
Certainly
Yeah,
it
I
would.
want
because
Tony
it's
and
just jaws
Pedro to
racing.
fight on track.
like actually like
Not fisticuffs.
fight.
Just,
Oh.
And
No.
not in the changing rooms, like, you know.
no. I mean, if they want to have
Yeah.
a boxing match, I'd be up for that too. But
Oh, yeah, charity boxing match.
yeah. Rather, they did
Need
a
more
charity
of those.
football match last year. So
Yeah, that was great at Mazzano.
yeah, it was good.
You
I
were there,
watched
weren't
it.
you?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll do boxing this year.
Hell yeah. Get on that YouTuber boxing scene.
Yeah.
You're going to see.
Yeah.
Nice. Right. Cameron, pole MotoGP, please.
Oh, I hadn't considered. I keep picking the wrong KTM.
Yeah.
You do.
I wanted to say Miller, so therefore I would logically say Binder. However,
It's going to be Paul Spargo.
that probably means
Miguel.
that Binder would be the wrong one. And therefore I'm gonna go with a Ducati.
What?
Let's Let's have Martin, please, because he's
Okay.
got good. He's got a
Oh,
good
he
record
likes it
He's
there.
here.
got
yeah,
a good.
yeah.
He's got a good record for polls around there. To be fair, I'm gonna go last. Lauren second, please. For poll, please, Lauren.
Have you picked someone out of the box?
I have not.
Oh.
I've already picked someone, but you can go next.
That's thrown me off. I had a choice, and now
Sorry, no.
that whole ordeal there. Oh, I don't know. I mean, Marco Bezzecchi.
Deck's gonna pick. Okay. I was
Oh.
gonna say Deck's gonna pick for you soon. So
I've gone easy with Martine. Cameron,
Oh,
sprint winner, please.
sprint winner. Have we got any wild cards?
Danny Petrucci.
Salvadori potentially could be.
Okay. No.
Not him.
Sprint winner. Let's have. Oh god, Alex Marquez though.
Get the logic going the way it was a minute ago.
Yeah, no, I can't have that kind of stream of consciousness again. I'll get a nosebleed.
The pressure.
May
buildup.
I? Yeah, could I have sprint winner? It's really hard to look by Pecco, isn't it? But I don't want to pick him. Let's go with. Oh my god, this is really difficult. Sprint winner. Let's have Miller again. I'm just going to pick Miller until he actually does
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, nice.
Yep.
One. They can be like, yeah, I predicted that. Yeah.
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 Nice. Lauren, please.
To counteract that, I'm going to go with Brad Binder.
I hate you
Nice.
a lot.
And I've gone with Spargaro because
Ooh.
Which one?
why not?
Wait, which
eh?
one?
Aleix.
Oh.
Right, okay, fair. I mean, I assumed, but I don't know. Just the way you
Yeah.
said
I
it,
just-
kind of
I
hinted it was like
yeah.
KTM.
Didn't want to be rude.
Like, oh.
Just assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Never assume these things. Never.
Because assumptions make an ass out of you and me.
Hey, nice.
Why has everything been an analogy or a pun tonight?
Oh God Almighty, help me. Right. Cameron, come. Oh wait, did I say yes? But I did. Cameron, third place, please. This is painful. It hurts.
This is, I'm just going to say Zarco for a laugh.
I was going to say Zarco.
Were
for
you?
goodness sake.
Oh.
Mhm. Right, Lauren, third, please.
I think third place will be Miguel Oliveira.
Nice. I like that a lot.
Would be up for that. Yeah.
Mhm.
I've gone with Miller.
Fair.
He got third there last year, so why not? Cameron, second place, please.
Oh my god. Aleix, please.
Nice. Alicia Spargo. Okay, Lauren, please.
Martin.
Martin, nice. And I've gone with Binder.
Okay.
Nice.
Right, Cameron, winner, please.
I'm gonna say Pecco.
Mhm.
Feels like a track where like really just the best bike and the best data is gonna
You
be the
won
one
that
that
last
wins
year.
it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did.
Okay, Lauren.
Bender.
Nice.
I'm doing
I
it for
like
the
this.
plot, okay?
Flipping heck, yeah.
Yeah.
Binder, Martin, Oliveira. That's a
What
belter
a
of
bloody podium.
Yeah. It's funny because they've all raced for Red Bull KTM at some point as well.
I'm just saying, they are at the Red Bull Ring.
Factoid.
So.
Maybe at the same time. Let's have a look. You could, I think they actually all did it at the same time.
Same time.
That'd be
Same
yeah,
same time.
Same time. What friggin' years did he do Moto2? 2019, 2020. He was Binder's teammate in 2019.
Oh.
Nah, because Miguel was on the Tech 3. Ignore me.
Bloody hell.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So, Martin and Oliveira and Binder were all in KTM at the same time, just on different coloured bikes.
Don't
What a
say stuff like
flaccid
that if you
end to this
don't know the
podcast.
facts. Yeah. Like,
I said I thought they were. I've gone for Binaya to win.
boring.
Yeah, but he's
God.
got the second most points. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Look, I mean, if we ask the people who makes the best predictions, yeah, on paper, you can see who's winning,
That's me, by the way.
right? But on paper, you're winning. But yeah, ask people who make like the best predictions that are out there that would be more exciting to watch.
Engaging.
Yeah, a bit rogue. Me.
What do you mean? I went with Vinales last week to win. Miller to get sprint
Did he
races.
win? Did he win? No.
No. But it was
my-
a fun. Imagine the story arc there. Come on. You know, talking gutter here. What's happening?
Didn't someone predict Alicia's first win?
It wasn't
I'm
me.
sure someone did.
Let's have a look. I'll see if I can find the document. And there we go. 2022 predictions. Look at that. My victory in all its glory. I love that. Argentina.
Disgusting.
No. Oh, I'm being told to renew my... I did get... Oh, let's just go through it. American MotoGP. I did get that podium correctly there, didn't I?
We're not going back to 2022 and reliving last year's predictions for you.
My best... Oh, I also got Magello 1, 2, 3 correct.
That was it. That was the turning point.
This is going to
I
be
had a
the last
belter of a
episode
year
of
last year too,
the
yeah.
Everything Moto Racing podcast at this rate.
I know.
No. Well, we even had Ryan on at some point. Jeez. Yeah.
Are you okay?
Anyway. No.
We just having a wee reminisce.
Just reliving
so
my
we're-
history. Yeah.
Our life was better back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my god. But yeah, I think that's all we've got time for.
I
to be
think
honest,
it
'cause
is,
It's 11
yeah.
o'clock.
Yes.
We're all delirious, and yeah. But I hope you've enjoyed. We will be back next week. I can't promise that we'll watch the races live, but we will watch them, so don't worry about that.
No.
I'm gonna.
No. 72-hour live stream starting
Yeah.
8 a.m. on
Oh,
Friday
yeah.
morning.
Nice.
Catch us on Twitch.
I'll get us all buckets as well, because
Toilet breaks aren't allowed?
No.
yeah, toilet breaks aren't allowed.
Jeez.
It has to be 27 for 2 hours straight.
What did you just say?
Did you just say something, Kevin?
I didn't say anything. I was laughing at you.
27.
Is it 27? Oh my god.
Okay, that's enough. That is enough. Thank you all
Oh
for
my God.
listening. Have a wonderful evening.
I hope you've had a better evening than we've just had. To be
I
honest.
know this has been a good one. This is up there for me.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah. Good night.
As
Goodbye.
Owl City say, it's always a good time. There you go.
Who?
Owl City and Carly Rae Jepsen did a song called Good Time.
It's always
That's a good song.
The
yeah.
lyric is, it's
Yeah.
always a good time.
Yeah.
Banger, yeah.
Legend.
Banger.
Anyway,
Banger.
So,
thank you for listening and goodbye.
Bye.
bye.
Bye.